Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm Carl from Planet 40k, and today we're going to be previewing another leaked datasheet from the upcoming Necron Codex, the Canoptek Wraiths. Right, so the Canoptek Wraiths should be staying in the fast attack slots for your detachments. Before we get into the new leak, let's firstly recap their current datasheet. So movement is 12, weapon skill 3+, ballistic skill 3+, strength 6, toughness 5, wounds 3, attacks 3, leadership 10, and a 4-up save. So that's what they currently have. Now let's take a look at the new stat line that's been recently leaked. Movement 12, weapon skill 4+, ballistic skill 4+, strength 4, toughness 5, wounds 3, attacks 4, leadership 10, and a 3+ save. So quite a number of changes there. Firstly, we instantly noticed the weapon skill and ballistic skill have both been dropped down to 4+. I think that falls in line with what they're doing with the Canoptek units in general with the upcoming codex. So I'd imagine there'd be stratagems that interact with the Canoptek units. However, this is a huge nerf, and we've only just begun really. I mean, with a 4+ to hit without any modifiers, you instantly know that on average you're going to be missing half your hits. So the strength has been dropped down to a 4, which is quite a shock as they were strength 6 before. So a huge drop there, although it's only really used in melee, and most melee weapons have their own strength characteristics. So we'll see later in the video what their war gear has to see if this has any effect. The attacks have increased to 4. So finally, we see a little buff in the datasheet. Although due to the weapon skill dropping to 4+, you're going to be missing more. So this attack is potentially nullified with that weapon skill nerf. A final stat change here is the armor save. It's going back to the old days of a 3+ save. So they should be getting 3+ save with a 3+ invuln on top. Right, so moving on to the weapon changes here. There's quite a few changes here. So firstly, we'll go over the particle caster. So the current rule set is as follows. So it's a 12-inch range, pistol 1, strength 6, AP 0, and single damage. It has now become, if you're looking at this photo here, it's on row number 1. So it's still a 12-inch range. It's pistol 2 now, strength 6, 0 AP, and single damage. So getting the extra shot for the pistol, and that's going to work in combat as well. That's quite tidy. And remember from chapter approved as well, this gun upgrade was free, whereas before it was 25 points. So not bad there, decent. So its other range weapon is the transdimensional beamer. So this was a 12-inch range heavy D3 weapon at strength 4, -3 AP and 1 damage. It had the blast word, and each time you roll a wound roll of a 6+ for this weapon, the target suffers a mortal wound on top of the damage. So as you can see in this leaked photo here, this is number 2 on the list. So it's still got its 12-inch range, but it's changed from the heavy D3 to an assault 1. So the heavy keyword didn't really make sense before, so at least it's changed to something that looks like it should do but it's only a single shot now, which isn't great. However, it's now a strength +2, so it's strength 6 instead of its previous strength 4, which is a nice little increase there. And if you look at the damage, it's now doing damage 3, not damage 1, so that's pretty good. Although you're only getting 1 shot with it, and your ballistic skill is 4, so I'm not overly sold on that one really. I think the damage is misleading, as half the time you're going to be missing, and even when you do hit, you still need to wound and get your opponent to fail the save. Also, I think it's a bit overkill when you're killing a Primaris Marine with the damage 3, but the strength isn't really high enough to be hunting down a vehicle. So really, I'm not sure what it's going to be used for, like maybe hunting characters down. And let me know in the comments section below if you've got any suggestions with what this weapon could be good for. Also, we don't yet know whether their ability for rolling 6s to wound, doing the mortal wounds, is still going to be there. I presume it would be, but the blast weapon, I'd imagine, has been removed. Right, moving on to the first melee weapon. First of all, its current stat line for the Vicious Claws was Strength User, which was Strength 6, -2 AP and 2 damage. So this is on the photo in row number 3. It is now a Strength +1, -2 AP, 2 damage. So basically all that's happened here is it's Strength 5, because you're starting off at Strength 4, so it's +1 goes to Strength 5, whereas before it was actually a 6, so there's a slight nerf there. It's still wounding those toughness 4 models on 3s, but this weapon used to hurt the toughness 5 armies, such as Death Guard, for example. And not the end of the world there, but still another nerf to add to the list. The final melee weapon is the Whip Coil. So this used to be Strength User, which was 6, -2 AP, 2 damage. And if the bearer is slain in the fight phase, you basically get to fight again as normal before you get removed. So this is on the leaked photo in row number 4. So it's got a weird star on the strength section. So this could mean it's strength user, or if it is, that's only going to be strength 4, down from 6. So I don't think it's that. It could be like an asterisk for a special rule, such as wounded on 2+ no matter who you're against. If you've got any ideas for this, let me know in the comments below. So I'm quite interested to find out what that little star symbol means. The AP has gotten worse, as it's now AP -1. Not 2, so that sucks as well. And the damage has been dropped to single damage as well. So the whip coils took a bit of a battering, really. Overall, quite disappointed with this new datasheet. No longer are these wraiths those mini monsters ghosting through the battlefield, causing chaos. Now they're like a measly strength 4 unit that suck at hitting all of a sudden and missing half of their shots in shooting and half in combat. The shooting is pretty underwhelming. I mean, you've either got the caster with 2 shots or the beamer with 1, again missing half the shots. I can't see much damage output with these ranged weapons. As for combat, the claws are still not bad, but they used to be strength 6, and that extra attack doesn't really make up for it because your weapon skills dropped, so not too impressed with that. I do hope these guys get a points decrease or something, because this isn't going to help them sell models. I can't imagine these being fielded at the moment unless you're playing like a narrative Canoptek army. So overall, not too happy at all. So that wraps up the datasheet leak for the Canoptek Wraiths. Over the next few weeks, we're going to be doing some more previews for the Necron units that will be out in the Codex, so stay tuned for that. And we've previously been dropping some leaks, so we've done the Immortals and the Death Marks now. So if you've not seen those, go check those out. At least they had a bit of a buff. And once the Codex does get released, we'll be doing full reviews on all the units along with all the rules, and as I said in the other video, the warlord traits, the stratagems, and all the tactics and combos. So if you would like to see these videos, hit our notification bell below to get notified when we release a video. Please subscribe if you want to help support the channel, and hit that like button if you've enjoyed the video today. And I'll see you in the next one.